Welcome to Coach's Corner. We intend to bring you quick and easy tips that can be used in your classroom, regardless of content or level, with as little prep time as possible because we know your time is valuable. Please note we even said the word prep time as opposed to preparation time because it's shorter. We do this because we care. Do the kids in your classroom look like this, or even this? Full disclosure here, the kids pictured here are acting, and very well because our classes are never dull. Do you have a drool bucket or perhaps a mop present? If you're looking for kids that are more engaged, perhaps you should try the story in pictures technique. An overview of the story in pictures technique. The story in pictures is best used as a review of materials. It's a version of retelling, but it raises the level of challenge and engagement by asking students to summarize an event or process through a series of seemingly unrelated images. It's challenging in that kids may not immediately see a connection between what they've learned, photosynthesis for example, and the images that you provide to present the material. It's engaging and fun because students are tasked with drawing connections where seemingly none exist. This often leads to great insight and occasionally a hilarious stretch of the material in order to make their presentation work. This simple idea often leads to a kind of memorable classroom experience that we all desire. The materials for the story in pictures. Use Google Images to search for as many images as you like. Choose images at random, or use pictures that are focused around a theme. For example, funny animals or cartoon characters. We'll use black and white photography here. A good idea if you'll be printing on a black and white copier. A tip that will help you out is to always choose larger images so that they're big enough to see clearly when you print them out. To ensure the largest image is available after selecting the image, find the size at the image right here. A good rule of thumb is to have a size over 800 by 600 when printing the full page. What is important for the story to pictures technique is that the images do not have an obvious tie to the material that the students will be covering. In other words, if you finished a unit on photosynthesis, do not provide the process in a graphic. Instead, do provide a picture of a bunny with glasses and have the kids make the connection. The number of images you provide is entirely up to you, but 7 to 12 photographs should give enough options without bogging kids down. The steps for the story in pictures lesson. When you'd like to check for understanding of new material, have the kids work in pairs or small groups to retell the material covered. Then, hand the kids a folder in the images that you've chosen. An alternative is to give the students the images digitally. One way to do this would be to place the images into a PowerPoint and share with the kids. That way, they could change the order of the slides to fit their story. After handing out the images, give the kids some time to decide how they would like to tell the story and use the images as visuals. This is where the magic happens. The kids will get very creative. This is your time to circulate and help out as necessary by offering suggestions, mentioning any missing data, and generally prodding students to greater levels of achievement. Hopefully, you'll find that the kids make connections that you've never pondered, all the while absolutely enjoying themselves. Finally, have the kids present. You can do this group to group to teacher, or group to whole class. Another alternative is to have the students record their presentation and place it on social media. A summary of the story in pictures. This process raises the level of rigor in your classroom by not only reviewing new material, but by presenting it in a way that at first seems to be completely unrelated. The students must focus on how to creatively draw conclusions in a cooperative manner in order to present their learning to an audience. The process is what makes it fun. The kids will draw creative conclusions that you hadn't thought of, and ultimately they will enjoy discovering new ways to present their mastery of the topic at hand.